My name is Richard Hardy of Vintage MG Parts. We specialise in making parts for pre-war MG sports cars and send parts all over the world. This is my latest acquisition. It's a 1934 MG P-Type. Purchased it about 10 days ago. Hasn't run since 2018. Belonged to an old couple and it'd only been used for very short runs, so feeling a little jaded because it failed its reliability test yesterday. Went on a run about 25 miles away. So far I've done about 140 miles in the car since I've owned it, and yesterday there was a bit of a catastrophic engine failure in that the cylinder head gasket burnt its way through. And so at 7:30 last night started dismantling the top end of the engine, finished about 2 o'clock this morning, did another couple of hours this morning from 6 o'clock. But anyway, it's running and here we are to this fantastic event we've organised.
I'm Ian, and I've had this since 1968, and I've been all over in it. I've been to Portugal, John O'Groats, Land's End. I used it for years and years as a commuting car because it's very reliable. You know, it's just, you go out, it starts up, and off you go. And it's yeah, it's great.
Good in winter.
Yeah. I fitted a heater, which is very unusual. I don't know how many modern cars have gone to the scrap heap that we've had since I've had this. I mean, quite a few. But this is always repairable. So that's and it's stuff I can do myself as well. So I mean, I've done everything on it really. So the bad stuff as well. So, but it's still going, and it's not slow. It stops. Steers, everything really. And the good thing is that it's got a boot, which I think is great. Yeah, I like a boot.
Well, this is my friend Chris with his 1934 MG PA, which he restored about 3 or 4 years ago. Absolute barn find. And Chris, you've got a name on the bonnet. Would you like to explain where that's come from?
Yeah, well, the car was found in an open shed, dilapidated shed in the centre of Sheffield. Not the barn as people think they all are in a rural village. It's the centre of a city, and it came about as a tip-off from a friend who lives in the next village to where I live. Her father was clearing out because he was moving, and he had a car that had to go, so I was invited to go and see it, thinking we're going to look at an MGTC, which is what we were advised it was. And when we got there, well, it clearly wasn't a TC. It was a pre-war car and it was a PA. So that then became a bit more interesting, having not had a pre-war MG before. So after a given amount of negotiation, a price was agreed. So when we purchased it, the car was full, and I mean bin bags full of nut kernels and snail shells. And the gentleman said, well, for ever as long as he's had the car, there's been families of squirrels living in it year on year on year on. And he didn't see any reason to do anything about it, so they all remain there. So as a joke, we just called the car Hazel, until we decided to do the car up a little bit musketeer style, and the musketeers carry a name on the side of the bonnet, which will be Athos, Porthos and Aramis, only Aramis surviving as we know. So as it wasn't one of the other two, we couldn't really call it that because it wasn't, but we could use the font set. So I thought, well, if we're going down that route, let's see what Hazel is in French. And apparently, it's Aveline.